Amari, one of the most talented players he has ever had on the Cowboys. Jerry also said Cooper, quote, has unlimited potential to go from here to a higher level. I think his surgery is going to allow him to do that. I think all this is an experience builder. Michael Irvin told me the single most important thing he did in his career to make him Hall of Famer was when he rehabbed through his injury and saw how much football meant to him. So, Shannon, does Amari Cooper belong in the same sentence as Michael Irvin?
Come on, Shannon. Be honest.
Skip, Jerry need to stop. Skip, Jerry is trying to justify giving this man $20 million.
That is correct.
And this man averaged, he was 21st in the league as far as receivers and yards per game. This is the same guy that had 5 guys under 50 yards a game. He had 3 games of under 30 yards a game. He had 5 yards against the Eagles and 10 yards against the 49ers. And that's Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin told him the single biggest thing. Stop it. Michael Irvin didn't tell you no bull job like that. When Michael Irvin was on the field, they never saw Michael Irvin on the bench and says, okay, Jay Novacek, you take it over because Mike ain't got it today. Yeah. Mike quit. Or somebody made Mike Irvin quit.
On the road.
Man, stop. Skip, I'm not denying his talent. What you deny is his consistency. Why you think John Gruden let him go?
He did.
Guys ain't letting guys that give you that kind of, ain't nobody, you think the Green Bay gonna let Devontae Adams go? Hell no. They ain't letting guys like that go.
John Gruden did not like his motor. It doesn't run hot enough for John Gruden.
The only similarities I see between Amari Cooper and Michael Irvin, they play the same position. They play receiver. Other than that, that's it. He don't have the fire. He doesn't have. No, stop, Jerry. Stop. Just stop.
So, Jerry Jones has this in common with LeVar Ball. He attempts to speak things into existence.
Yes.
He's trying to speak Amari Cooper into Michael Irvin. And he's trying to say, Michael Irvin once told him, and remember, Michael suffered in it was their first year, 1989. Huh?
He broke it. That was
no, he tore his ACL. Yeah. And it was career threat. It was a bad one. And it took 6 months to rehab it. And Michael faced sort of, quote unquote, his football mortality. And he told Jerry, I had to consider life without football, and it drove me to the Hall of Fame.
Skip. Okay. But that was the second year.
Amari Cooper just had ankle cleanup surgery. And you think he's going to have some enlightenment awakening?
Wow.
I missed football because I had my ankle cleaned up. I'm sure he's running as we speak.
Skip. Amari Cooper was the fourth pick in the draft. Amari Cooper's probably made, what do you say, Skip, 60 million? You want to say 60? Let's just be conservative. Let's say Amari Cooper's made 40 million.
Well, he made 20 last year.
Okay, he made, plus the money he got through the contract. So I'm going to be conservative. I'm going to say he's made about $40 million.
Yep.
Michael Irvin at that point in time probably had made $2 million. Okay, $2 million at the start of your career versus $40 million 5 years, 6 years into your career. It's two totally different things.
I don't doubt. Just talent to talent. Amari's right there with Michael Irvin in pure talent. What have I told you about Michael Irvin? I consider him the greatest receiver ever because he was the unquestioned leader of a dynasty. It wasn't Troy Aikman. It wasn't Emmitt Smith. It wasn't Charles Haley or Darren Woodson. It was Michael. He was the lightning rod in that locker room. I realize he had issues off the field, but on the field, he led that team. He was the one I wanted in my foxhole if I went to Washington or to New York to play the Giants or the Eagles.
Imagine the physicality that they played with, and you covered those teams, and you know how physical it was, even on the edges. Nobody can make Michael Irvin shut it down.
No, no one. Well,
Stephon Gilmore made him tap out.
He made him tap out. He went and stood on the sideline with his cape on. And he ran such half-hearted routes at Philadelphia in the fourth quarter in the game of the year, do or die, sink or swim, that Jason Garrett said, you come over here and stand by me.
And put a tight end in, and they had a tight end running route. And Jerry had the nerve. Michael Irvin should call Jerry and say, Jerry, don't ever do that. That's disrespectful to me, that you said that man.
Well, now Michael's become Mr. Cowboy Ambassador.
He's all things Cowboys. Jerry should actually put him on the paper because, boy, he's like we got the Ram ambassador, we got the Cowboy ambassador. I don't know what you call that, Skip, but he definitely. I agree. But Skip, how would Jerry fix his mouth to say that, Skip?
Look, if we put him in a vacuum and we went talent for talent, is Amari a little faster than Michael?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Does Amari run, crisper, purer route? Yes, he does. He's an exquisite route runner, right?
But when the ball's in there, give me Michael. Give me Michael.
Hey, when it was time...
When the ball snapped, give me Michael.
When it was 3rd and 8 in Philadelphia, it was number 8 to number 88.
Yes.
And it was like money. It was Troy said, I look for 88 because he's going to, he might have to push off. He might, okay, he might, but he's going to get open. He's going to catch it.
Skip, I can make a case. It's very hard for Amari to be a top 10 receiver. We never questioned that. Jerry was always in the top 5. Jerry, my brother, Chris Carter, all those guys were right there. If you look at the top 10 list, Skip, you took at Devontae and you look at Stephon Diggs, you look at Justin Jefferson, you look at Tyreek.
You're going to go past 10. No, you are. I'm sorry. Well, I told you last year, at some point, CeeDee Lamb is going to be the #1 receiver.
D-Hop. Okay. You taking him in front of D-Hop?
Okay.
No.
Okay, I got it. And yet, the one thing I give Amari, he has no diva in him like a lot of those Alabama receivers.
Right.
But the other problem is he has no diva in him. He has little self-confidence.
Yeah. You gave Jared, I guess you would say money well spent. Because you spent that money because you didn't want somebody else to have it. You realized it wasn't that valuable, but the fact that somebody else might have something that you could have kept.
Yeah. But with Jerry, the more he says it, I think the more he thinks he believes it into existence.
It don't make it true, though, Skip.
It don't make sense in Jerry's mind. Next, is Aaron Rodgers making a career switch? Lamar Jackson and the Ravens take on the Bills in Buffalo on Saturday night, and Lamar admitted he's concerned over the weather. There is a 40% chance of snow that could be up to an inch Saturday night. And when asked about how much he's played in the snow, Lamar said, quote, 0. Saturday would be my first time playing football in the snow. If it does, hopefully it don't. So, Shannon, would snow help or hurt Lamar?
I think it helps him because he knows where he's going, Skip. They're a power running team. Yeah, they'll throw the ball, but even if you throw the ball, you know, hey, I know where I'm going. And you've seen guys, when they play in the snow, how they put up those big numbers. And so I think it helps Lamar for the simple fact they're running a power running team. And Buffalo struggles against the run. So the last thing you want to do is take a false step and be a step slower in your gap of where you should be than where you need to be. And so I think it helps Lamar. Like Lamar said, I think it's the unknown. He's like, man, I've never played in snow before. What's my footing going to be like? You're going to be just fine. Just go play your game. Just, you see if it's there, take it. If it's not, step on the gas and get going. And so I think it's going to actually help him. It also, this kid, Josh Allen, Skip, he played in Wyoming. It snowed all the time. It snowed all the time in Wyoming. And he's a big, this is why you sign a guy like that, Skip, is because he has the type of arm that the elements, he neutralizes the elements. So if it's cold, he can throw through that. If it's windy, he can throw through that. The snow, the rain, he has an arm that can neutralize that. Now, he was their leading rusher, and if I'm not mistaken, they lost Zach Moss. They signed Devontae Freeman to the practice squad. So he'll probably be active because the only guy they have is Devin Singletary, 5'7", 203. Really not the type of guy that that's gonna plow and move the pile if it is that type of game. But Buffalo going to do what they do. They're going to throw the football. But when I look at Lamar, I think Lamar Jackson will be just fine. Just go play football. Don't worry about the elements.
So he said all he's done is, in the snow is throw snowballs because when he went to Louisville, obviously growing up in